Now follows a broadcast by your local Air Raid Precautions Office.
Hello, my name's Bill. I hope you remember me because I am your local ARP. I'm not here to scream and shout and to make sure that you're following the blackout, but instead I'm bringing you another little musical insert. We're using again the ukulele. Now, quite a lot of people, it would appear, have one of these at home, but either don't really use it or may have been given it as a present and never used it at all. Well, I have a nice, simple, jolly song that you can learn and sing at home. Contains only 5 chords. The chords you're going to need for this are C, G, G7, F and D7. And as we go through, you should see somewhere around here a little diagram popping up. Now, this song, which is called Bless 'Em All, had a wonderful version done by this little cheeky chappy down here, George Formby. Now, he started off with a ukulele and then moved on to what we call a banjolele. That's a mix between a ukulele and a banjo, and it does sound absolutely wonderful. So, let's pick up the ukulele and we'll get it into position. And the first chord you're going to need is a C. So placing your ring finger on the 3rd fret on the bottom string. See, that gives you a C. And the whole of this song we're going to be doing a nice plodding. Like this, yes? That means that if you're struggling, you can go slower. And when you begin to get faster and faster, you might even put a bit of a double strumming going. But baby steps. So, the first one is that C. Then we're going to move up to a G. Now, that's your middle finger on the 2nd fret on the 1st string. And then your ring finger on the 3rd fret on that 2nd string from the bottom, and finally your pointing finger on the 2nd fret of that 3rd string up. It makes like a little triangle. There you go. And once we get to the end of that first bit, we drop back down to a C, so that ring finger on the bottom string on that 3rd fret. So, it currently goes like this. They say there's a troop ship just leaving Bombay, bound for old blighty shore, heavenly laden with expired men, bound for the land they adore. There you go, that wasn't too difficult, was it? Now, if you're not ready to carry on, you might want to rewind and just watch that bit over and over again. But it's that nice plod that you want. Now, the next bit, we're going to add another chord into the mix. It's that G7. Now, it's like a G, but just flipped on its head. So, you place your pointing finger on the 1st fret on the 2nd string from the bottom. And then you take your ring finger on the 2nd fret on that bottom string. And then your middle finger goes above that 3rd fret on that, then 2nd from the top string. And it should give you... Now, it sounds like a G, but it has a bit more of a twang. And that's going to help really sort of add a bit more fun into the song. So, we've got... They say there's a troop ship just leaving Bombay, bound for old blighty shore, heavenly laden with expired men, bound for the land they adore. They say there's an airman just finishing his time, many a twerp signing on, but you'll get no promotion this side of the ocean. So here comes that G7. Cheer up, my lads, bless them all. And then dropping back down to a C. So, ready again? We'll do that first verse. They say there's a troop ship just leaving Bombay, bound for old blighty shore, heavenly laden with expired men, bound for the land they adore. There's many an airman just finishing his time, many a twerp signing on, but you'll get no promotion this side of the ocean, so cheer up my lad, bless them all. And there you go, there's your first verse. And here's the great bit. The next verse, all you have to do is learn different words because the chords are exactly the same. Now, here comes the chorus. Slightly more difficult now because we've got the C, we've also got the F, the G, the G7 and the D minor. Now the F, you're going to take your pointing finger, put it on the first fret and the second bottom string, whilst your middle finger comes up to the second fret for that top string to give you this sound. Now you may need a couple of attempts to try and get that sounding quite right, but don't worry, you just pause the video and then carry on when you're ready. So now the D7. Now that you could place 3 fingers, one on the top string, then the next string, then the next string on the second fret. But what I do is I use the pad of my finger to push down on those 3 strings all at once. Now that's a D chord, but we're looking for a D7. So then I take my ring finger and I place it on the bottom string of the 3rd fret, just to give it that little extra twang. Now again, you might need a bit of time to try and get that one because that's probably the trickiest chord we're going to do in this video. And once you've got it, then come on back and we'll go for the chorus. So this chorus then, we've got, starting off with a C, so we go, bless them all, the long and the short and then we're going to change to an F. Tall, bless all the sergeants, and now we're going up to the G. Bless all the sergeants and WO1s, and then to that D minor. Bless all the corporals and up to the G. Their blinking suns. So that's a tricky bit because we're going from that D minor. Sorry, that D7 I should say. Can't go keep changing the chords. The D7, so you've got that. Bless all the corporals and quick change to the G. They're blinking. And then the G7. Suns. Now, if you are really struggling, to start off with, you could just keep it on the G instead of going G and then G7. That G7, it just adds a bit more of a playful twang, as I've said before. So ready? And starting off with that C again, then the F, then the G, and the D minor, the D7. I need to try and remember that one. Then the G, and then that G7. So bless them all, the long and the short and the tall. Bless all the sergeants and WO1s. Bless all the corporals and their blinking suns. Yes? Splendid. If not, and you should be hopefully following this bit of a graphic up there, then just go back and take it slower. And I do believe that you can even find the chords online. So I'll try and find a link and put them somewhere in the comments bit, just in case you need to have a look at them if you're slightly more of a visual person. Now, where did we get up to? Let's see. Well, let's just go from the beginning of that chorus and we'll carry on. Bless them all, the long and the short and the tall. Bless all the sergeants and WO1s. Bless all the corporals and their blinking suns. Going back to the G now, the C, 'cause we're saying goodbye to them all. As back to their billets they crawl. You'll get no promotion this side of the ocean, so cheer up my lads, bless them all. And those last two chords, that was just a G7, so we went from the G to the G7, and then we came back to the C. Yes? As I've said, do not worry, but we're going to give it one last final run through all together, and hopefully you'll be able to join in. If not, don't worry, it's a work in progress. You see, sometimes it's far better for you to have a go and it not be 100% than it is, well, not to bother at all. So, let's give it a go. From the top, we're going with the C first. They say there's a troop ship just leaving Bombay, bound for old blighty shore, heavenly laden with expired men, bound for the land they adore. There's many an airman just finishing his time, there's many a twerp signing on, but you'll get no promotion this side of the ocean, so cheer up my lads, bless them all, bless them all, bless them all, the long and the short and the tall. Bless all the sergeants and WO1s, bless all the corporals and their blinking sons, 'cause we're saying goodbye to them all, as back to their billets they crawl. You'll get no promotion this side of the ocean, so cheer up my lads, bless them all. Well, there you go. Now, as I keep saying, you're not going to be perfect the first time. And I've been playing this for quite a while and I'm not perfect. But the thing is to keep on going and keep on having a go. So from myself, Bill, and our wonderful George down here, have a wonderful rest of your day and keep on trying and keep on smiling.